Welcome back to Alchemist Angel Tarot 444. We are going to be doing the sign of Cancer. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Mercury as well. Because Mercury just went back into transit, so I'm going to do Mercury for Cancer Mercury signs. If you know your placements, you should know your birth chart and your placements if you're watching tarot. It's really, really important because sometimes you won't always get a message in your sun sign. If you're in a relationship, you may get a message in your Venus sign. If you're working on communication with somebody, or you got something going on, like maybe some kind of a plan or a deal, or something that's up in the air you're kind of questioning about, you might want to look at your Mercury sign, which is your planet of communications. So it all depends on your birth chart. It's really important to know your own birth chart when watching tarot. I'm going to do Cancer today for the Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Mercury Cancer signs. This is going to be a reading on what your spirit guides want you to know about your situation. I'm going to pull your energy for you, Cancer. Then I'm going to pull your situation. I may have multiple situations that come up, and I will let you know when I see different situations. I will let you know if it's feminine or masculine energy. If I see people that you're dealing with, if it's a relationship, if it's a career situation, if it's family, I will let you know. So there could be several situations, not just one. So the one that resonates with you, if multiple do, that's great too. But make sure it resonates with you. You should know your own life and what's going on with you. So if it doesn't fit, that's okay. Don't force it. Throw it away. Leave it for somebody else. Okay? Then the last 4 cards I pull is going to be an outcome. This is a predictive future read for the week of September. And this is September 16th. So 16th through the 22nd. This is a predictive future read. Outcome. So we'll do your energy, your situation, and then the outcome. Let's start off by saying a little prayer. You'll probably hear my dogs in the background. All right, Cancer, here we go. Mother, Father, help me to see in the utmost clarity for the sign of Cancer, for their situations, love relationships, career, health, any situation that you think is important for me to give the message through. Please help me to give that message clearly. In Jesus' name, amen. Okay, Cancer, so I already pre-shuffled the cards, and I picked 4 little wooden stones. Not wooden stones, obviously. They're like little wooden blocks, but they kind of look like stones. So I picked 4 of them before I started the reading, and I will get into those at the very end of the reading and see how they play into the reading. Okay? So starting here with 4 cards for Cancer and their energy. This is how the universe sees you, Cancer, right now. Four cards, please. That's not bad. It's a good start. Got too many cards here. Situation. Ooh. Okay, what's going on? Just took a turn. That's a little more clear. Okay. So the underlying energy of this reading is going to be messages. Communication with somebody, back and forth communication, whether it be text messages, email, or phone call, face-to-face. Either way, the main energy here is messages. So communication. Now that we're out of a Mercury retrograde, communication should be a little bit more straightforward and clear for most everybody. I mean, we're still in the very last end of the fog of Mercury retrograde, but we're really almost in the clear. So communication is important, obviously, for every sign. So let's get into this message. For your energy, I have the Ace of Pentacles, the Ten of Swords in the reverse, the Sun in the reverse, and the Five of Cups. Okay, so there is something that you're trying to start here. It's something that you've just planted the seed for. It could be a business, it could be a career move, it could be a relationship, it could be a purchase of a home, it could be the purchase of a new vehicle on a loan, something like that. But either way, the idea was there, and now the action has taken place behind the idea. So there has been action towards this Ace of Pentacles. This is something that could end up being long term or prosperous for you, or it could end up having a great deal of potential. Okay. But with the Ten of Swords in the reverse right next to it, it feels like wherever this new beginning is coming from, either the people involved have had a hard go, like their past has been really heavy, they've had a lot of betrayals in the past, they've had a lot of things, hurdles that have stopped them or like really gotten in their way or slowed them down. And it's just a really heavy energy to begin something brand new with, okay? Heavy in the state that like you just feel, Cancer, you feel like your burdens are many, okay? And with the Sun in reverse right next to it, which is Major Arcana for Leo, it could have something to do with your children, with your home, with your happiness. It could just be really affecting you on a spiritual, emotional level, okay? You're trying to start something new. You really have this great idea you start to put into action, or you have this new partnership. You're putting the action behind it. You're really working towards it, but you have a really heavy energy that's clinging to you here. And I feel like it's really affecting your emotional, your state of mind, being just heavy on your mind. Things that just burdens from your past are really weighing heavy on you. Okay, it could have something to do with your children. So that's either way, it's affecting your ability to be genuinely happy. Okay, we have the Five of Cups here in the upright. This is a pretty emotionally desperate, or a person who's in serious despair over something, some kind of a loss they've had, something that maybe that created a lot of pain for you at one point in time. It's still lingering in your energy. You still feel the effects of this loss. And like I said, because it is connected to the Sun card here in the reverse, it could be the loss of a child, children. It could be something that you had to disconnect from, or it could be just a lot of burdens that you've dealt with in the past, a lot of betrayals that still are heavy on your mind, and they're not easy to forget, and they affect you still to this day. Okay, it could have been recent, it could have been 10 years ago, 5 years ago. Either way, I feel like you've been dealing with the heaviness of a burden or the loss, and it's still affecting whatever it is you're beginning here. It's still affecting you and your ability to be genuinely happy, Cancer. Okay, so for your situation, we have this Star in the upright, which is a positive card. We have the Eight of Wands, the Seven of Wands, and the Six of Pentacles in the reverse. Now, so in your situation, you have something here that was like a wish come true, a dream come true, something that you really, really, really wanted. It could be a person that you recently started a partnership with, and or business, something that you've been really working towards a lot and hoped and wished and prayed for. Something that you're taking a lot of action towards for sure. Like you're putting in the work behind this. You're not just talking about this. You're not just thinking about this. You're not just feeling this. You're putting in the work. You're standing your ground on this. You're not letting your guard down for 1 second about going forward with this. You're not trying to go backwards at all. You're definitely clinging to the energy of I'm in it to win it. I'm in this for the long haul, okay? But with the Six of Pentacles in the reverse, something here about your finances is just not quite like maybe the credits and debits are just not equaling out. So it may be whatever contract this you were going into, they may be wanting, expecting more money down than you could actually afford, and so you're having to haggle over the down payment for something. You could have a partner that has maybe too many other responsibilities and can't quite put in the same amount of work or energy or money into investing into this, um, as much as you are, and it's kind of got you down, or just feeling a little, not bitter, but just like a little bit like, "Hey, this kind of feels a little bit unfair," or they're expecting too much out of me. Like I've given all my energy and whatever I do have, I put towards this. So why can't it just come to fruition and just fulfill um, their end of the deal? Because it doesn't seem like it's a person as much as it feels like an entity. So it could be like an organization, a business, a contract, something of that sort. Something you've really, really, really wanted. You kind of put a lot of expectations or hopes into this, and it just seems like a little unbalanced. Like maybe you wasted a little bit of money or something on something. It seems like somebody didn't come through on their terms or agreement. They didn't quite feel their end of the contract, or put in as much money or effort as you have. And I really feel like, for honestly, it's going to cause some serious heartache. I don't know why this is going to be such a disappointment for you, but there's a possibility of a broken heart here, an outcome that's going to be very disappointing for you if you allow it to. So the higher our expectations are for a situation, the bigger the disappointment. Okay? So you may have a really high expectations for this contract, or this partnership, or this business you began, whatever this is to you. It's something that you've started recently, and you put a lot of effort into it. But there's still this energy from the past dragging you down and still weighing on you, and a lot of wounds, a lot of hurt, a lot of pain. Maybe some of you even missing your children. So you may have moved into the city to start a new career and had to move further away from your children, or you started a new relationship and you are unable to see your children at this time because of the other parent. It could be multiple things. It could be just you not feeling quite happy because the situation that you're in is not quite exactly what you wanted. So you feel a little bit of disappointment there, or you're having to put way too much effort or work into it or money into it than you expected. So it's kind of taken away from your happiness. Okay. But here, with the possibility for an outcome of the Three of Swords, this is a really heavy, painful energy. Okay. This is pain. This is pain from expectations. When your expectations for a situation are so high and it doesn't quite meet them, the pain could be quite devastating. Okay. And that pain comes from somebody coming in with some kind of communication. They're kind of fast talking you. They're like, "Oh yeah, sorry, Cancer, but it's not going to quite work out the way we were hoping for, because we're going to need more of this from you, or more of that from you, or we're just not able to give you what it is you were expecting out of us. And we're sorry." But they don't really have a lot of excuses. It just kind of like comes in real quick with like a blunt, um, forced communication. Like they didn't leave you hanging. I'm not going to say that, because they definitely did communicate with you. But whatever it is they're going to be communicating with you, it's definitely a letdown kind of energy, because it's connected to this Three of Swords, which is very painful. Then we have the Eight of Pentacles in the reverse. Something is just not seeming to work out in your favor. So whatever it is that you had planned, it's just not quite working out according to the plans. If this is a move, a partnership, a contract, a business, things are just really difficult right now to continue moving forward with it. It just seems like every hurdle and every mountain and every block that could actually get in your way has definitely come into play. So that really sucks, and I'm really sorry to hear that. But it doesn't mean it's not a possibility for you to have success here. This is the Ace of Pentacles in the very beginning here in your energy. So this is something you have planted, a seed you have planted. It just is not quite growing at the rate you want it to be growing, or you're having to put a lot more nutrients into this than you expected to, and maybe it's just having a hard time to develop for you. It seems like you're having to put way too much energy into it, and somebody or other people are not doing their fair share of the workload and not putting in the same amount of effort that you have, and it's becoming kind of a burden. and it's hurtful. You may have feel like somebody's even working against you, like the universe is working against you, like just nothing will just pan out the way you were hoping for. With the World card in reverse, it feels like there's a cycle in your life that has not closed out. Something still is not finished or completed. And I think that that comes into play with this Ten of Swords up here in the reverse, the Sun in reverse. There's still something lingering in your energy from your past that's still painful. And when you carry that kind of energy into a new situation, it creates pain and problems in your new situations. So I'm going to give you an example. If you had a business with a partner and it failed, but you managed to save the money and go forward and start another business with a new partner. Different idea, total different business, new partnership. But you're still very weary over the last failed business, so you keep making very cautious decisions. You'll always have that in the back of your mind, that thought. Maybe you don't trust your partner completely because your last partner wasn't honest with you or had stole from your business or the company. And so you're always kind of bringing that energy in to this new opportunity. You're bringing that energy with you. And when you live in a place of fear, you recreate the same situations over and over again. So this is like a cycle that hasn't completed because you haven't closed out that pain in that chapter in your life. You haven't really closed the door on that. So it's going to stick with you, and you're literally going to recreate situations from your past all over again until you learn that lesson and until you close that door, until you heal that wound. It just seems like there's something here that's still unfinished, whether it be maybe even a mark on your credit. It could even be something as simple as that. It's like still holding you back or holding you up from getting the right offer that you really were expecting or hoping for, because you still have some things from your past that you have to clear up in your credit. It could be a relationship that really wounded you, and they're still kind of in your energy, and the things that they did, your new person doesn't do, but little tiny things can trigger you and cause you serious pain over the littlest things because of your past history. And when you cling to those past mistakes and those heartaches, you bring that energy with you. You got to forgive and completely close out that chapter. Also, if you're still dealing with like a person from your past, that's obviously going to be a problem and bring in issues into your newest relationship. Also, if if you bring anything in from the past, in some things you can't exclude, like you have children from a previous relationship, you can't exclude those children. Okay, your person has children, you can't exclude those children. So there could be things that are outside of the relationship that are influencing, that are from your past, but still obviously have to be a part of your present as well. So these are just hurdles and difficulties that you're going to have to overcome. Not everything is going to be able to be released, but the things that you can release, you need to release, and you need to heal, and you need to forgive, and you need to let go. Try to step into this Ace of Pentacles, this new beginning, with a better mindset and a more joyful outlook, because with the energy you're clinging to, you can't do anything but recreate the sadness or the pain that you've already felt before. So you're kind of repeating history by recreating the same situations with different people. There's going to be a lot of communication this week with somebody. Things aren't going to go quite as you planned or hoped for, but it doesn't have to be such a disappointment as you're going to make it. If you want to make it a huge disappointment in a Three of Swords, you can. Because the higher the expectations, the worse the disappointment. It's all up to you, Cancer, and how you deal with this. If you put your expectations to the side and just let things flow, you'll find that you have a lot more peace within yourself, and you just let the universe kind of play out the way things are going to play out, and don't hold on to it as so tight, and you might feel a little bit better about the whole situation or the disappointments, okay? And I'm sorry I don't have a more positive message for you, Cancer, but that's what I got for you. We have right here on this stone, it says act now. So there may be some things you've been putting off about doing, contracts you need to sign, credit you need to clear up, or just some kind of communication you need to have with a partner, or something you maybe need to tell them that you haven't told them yet, There might be things that you promised to do, things that you were supposed to do that may affect you this week. If you promised to do a certain thing and you didn't do it, it'd be a good idea to start doing that now rather than later, because if you keep putting this off, it could have a definite effect on you and really causing you some pain and some sadness here. Okay, so make sure to keep your promises and to reclaim your power. And if you have to, start all over. If this idea or this business venture or contract fails, then don't look at it as a complete failure. Regroup and rewrite a new contract. Try to look at things in a different perspective here, because there's always other angles. Where there's a will, there's a way. Okay? All right, Cancer, that's what I have for you. And thank you again. Please like, share, and subscribe.